the Aryan invasion migration theory valid? How ancient is the Indian civilization? What did the ancient Indians know? Was India a source or a sink for knowledge? You must understand there's an allegation that most of Indian knowledge came from the Greeks or the Babylons and so on. And I'd like to position that question to ask, was it a source or a sink for knowledge? So I'll highlight the untold story in each of these. The very first story, is the Aryan invasion migration theory valid? So when we pose a problem, we need to first define the contours of the problem. That's what a scientist does. Yeah, good scientist tries to pose the contours of the problem. So here, the problem states that the current narrative on the Aryan invasion theory, bands of male warriors from Central Asia invaded or migrated to India around 1500 BCE. They effectively replaced the existing civilizations and brought an entirely new Vedic religion, Sanskrit language, and Vedic ecosystem. So we might think today that this Aryan invasion theory that had started from colonial times only impacts the Indian people. But unfortunately, what we find is that it has become a much bigger problem. It has evolved into a quest for the Western identity. The Western people, ever since William Jones saw the commonality of languages, would like to address the question, who are they as a people? Because they should speak something called Indo-European language, and this is supposed to have an ancestral language called a Proto-Indo-European language. And in order to find out who they are as a people, they first need to address who are the Indians. Once they talk about who the Indians are, then they can say who the Westerners are. So today we find that it is entrenched in the quest for the Western identity. So early scholars used a mechanism called comparative linguistics.